Good afternoon. So, last week we looked at certain levels for NQ and it bounced perfectly on our trend line going on. And we had this POC level that we had marked out for NQ, which it didn't actually touch, but very close to touching and rebounding anyway. But I knew there would be some type of reaction around this area. It makes sense, trend continued and it carried on going higher. Now, actually, um, what I am anticipating and what I would like to see anyway is if we actually have this level or this level close below on the hourly, I would like to see a continuation down because it's the first time we've had a clear break of the trend line. We've had we had it tested and almost tested again, and now we have close on the other side of the trend line. Now, what I am predicting is a potential move up, a swipe of the high, and then a potential close below this. So, what we can anticipate for now is we can move this up here, and once this is retested, actually, this is perfect because now we actually have a volume level up here. See the volume level? Now what we can anticipate is retest of this. So what we might get is actually even something smaller. Take out this level higher here and then for it to continue down. Now, what's the second highest? We will see is down here. However, we can mark this out for, let's see, for the next coming weeks or week for it to get down to down here. This is another level that we can look at down here. Makes perfect sense. There's some volume here as well. A batch of traders here. Let's change. Let's get rid of this. Let's get rid of this as well. Make this in a line for the week ahead. Let's have a look at the 15-minute volume. Right, there's some 15-minute volume down here. Nothing interesting. So back to the hourly. Yeah, so these are the levels I'll be looking at. If it trends down, that is. If it trends down, then I'll look for some reactions here, look for some reactions here. Back to ES. Let's see how. So this was a level I drew up on ES. This was a level I drew out on ES as well last week. And perfect. Look, it fell in and rose perfectly from this level. Another level here, which I drew out on Sunday. And I anticipated it would fall to this level and bounce back up, which is perfect bounce. Perfect bounce. Let's see what the trend line is doing. So the ES trend actually has been broken a while ago, from what I can see. So a for now though, the next move will be I'm gonna ignore this because this has already been tested. So now, if I would want to see a fall, I would want to see it close below this level that I marked out last week. So my current Current anticipation is it will break through this and fall down to here. However, the POC has changed, so we can move this up here now. We could even actually see a we can see even a reaction from here to continue in the week. ES and YM is still in the range that I drew out last week. Just bouncing perfectly in the range. Actually, everyone could have just traded the range, to be honest. Once it touches this range high, weak, so you just sell it straight away. If it touches this low, you buy it straight away. Not interested in YM until we have some clear direction. Okay, when is the news? So this upcoming week, what do we have? FOMC minutes. No news really. So we can see some a potential range actually with no impact. So if we, what we might get actually, I feel, is this week finished with this. So a small push down, and then for the month ending, we might get a reversal to a potential level drop down to here. You might get that this month or the upcoming month. So in my bias for the NQ is bearish for now. Obviously, as time goes on, everyone, if you know how to trade, you know that you can't stick with a bias. You have to adapt. Actually, my trading has become very simple. You see, my trading is that I actually don't trade um, big trades anymore. What I do is I like to take one trade a day. I like to trade very simple, very, very simple. I'd like to come in, take a quick trade, and go back out straight away. So that's my key to how I trade. These are some of the trades I took last week. Uh, what do we have? So this was the last one I had. Also, I had this one. This was also a very quick trade. Dun, 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 so this was another one that quickly hit. Boom! So this is all proof. And actually, I did take my first loss. So in the last 2 weeks, I have lost one trade actually. I've taken around 7 trades. And in out of all the 7 trades, I've lost one trade. And I risk 1% a trade. So I'm about 6% up. So this was the first one I lost. Come on, show the loss, guy. But see, this is the thing with one to one is it's very so that was a loss out there, and this was another win. So the thing with one to one is very straightforward. You win, you lose, you win, you lose very quickly. So yeah, so these are the trades I took last week, and hopefully the week will go similar again. Thank you for watching. If anyone would like me to start like a signal channel where I give out these one-to-one trades, please do let me know.